We used one simple trick. One trick that brought in, the vast majority of the links to an entire website came to this one page because of this one trick that we did. And in this video, we're going to kind of share this strategy with you. And it's something very different than really anybody is talking about in SEO. So something unique about our strategy is we all know that Google considers links from other blog posts to yours to be kind of a vote for your content, and that's going to make you do better on search if other people are linking to you. But how do you get them to link to you? I feel like Bam Bam. How are you going to get them to link to you is the question. And we have a kind of a cool way of doing that. So we don't do any active link building though.
No, not at all. So what most people are doing is spending a lot of time creating content for other people's websites and then reaching out to those people and just begging, asking, hoping, even paying for those bloggers to post links to their website.
And we do zero of
none of that.
None.
At all.
But we still get tons of links to our websites. That's how they're ranking well. And so it's kind of a complicated, intricate strategy.
Yeah, very.
So I think we want to, maybe we'll go out to the blackboard and we can kind of map this out for you. And here's kind of the tip of how we're getting these links. I feel like every really great drawing has a little funfetti. Our work here is done.
Acabado.
Stats to get links, right?
Yeah.
So what we mean, let's just go to an example. I think we can show this best with an example. So I mentioned kind of in the intro that one trick we did on Camper Report that has brought so many links, great links, high value links, one from KeyBank. KeyBank
is linking to us,
pretty authoritative about depreciation and money matters. Link to our article. That's an awesome link to get, right? And so this article has brought so many links, and it kind of left us to wonder, like, what was it? What was it about this article that made so many people want to reference it?
But just think about it. When you're blogging, when you're writing articles, which articles do you link to? Like, absolutely, we're all getting, just information, doing research on other people's websites.
But you don't link.
But you don't link, exactly.
Yeah, if I just learn something, you don't link.
Yeah.
You link when you're referencing a quote, a number, etc.
A number, a statistic, something really interesting that is unique to that other person's website.
So that's why we say stats get links.
Exactly.
I mean, big time.
Huge.
And when we kind of realized this, I look back like, yes, it was true on our websites. That's where we're giving the links. And that's also where we're giving other people links, is where I grabbed a stat from them.
Absolutely.
So in this article, it would have been so easy to write this RV depreciation article and just kind of go out and reference 3 or 4 other blogs that said, oh, you lose about 20% in the first year, whatever, and just write kind of a normal article. We changed one thing. Instead of just referencing other people's stats, I just created a simple Excel sheet, and I took 10 RV models that have been around for a while.
Sure.
And I saw what's the price of that model new today, what's a 1-year-old one selling for on RV Trader, etc. on down to 10 years for a bunch of models.
RV Trader and just pulled data, and here in the article you say over 250 numbers that you pulled, or 200 different numbers that you pulled. And
it took me like an hour and a half. It's not that hard.
You did your own analysis and came up with your own numbers.
Now, the interesting thing is this article is short. It's not even that long. It's not that it's a 3,500 word thing. It's that it has really good data in there. And it just fully answers your question. You won't wonder anything else after you read this. And so that's what we mean by stats get links. Because instead of taking that hour and a half to just write a bunch of fluff in there, I took that hour and a half to just get stats, and then other people want to reference them.
So let's look at another example. This is something that one of our writers at the Creator Studio did this year.
And this is a new article, so it's probably not ranking number one. Just barely published.
Exactly. But we asked him to write an article on average RV insurance costs. We did give him direction that we wanted 21 real examples. And so what did they do? They went and got quotes from insurance companies, from it looks like 5 different insurance companies.
On 4 different types of RVs.
Right. So they were able to get some really, really good data on how much insurance costs.
You just pick up the phone, call them and ask what it costs.
And they still were able to write this article in the same amount of time as we would have given them to go write a fluff piece. But this is so much more helpful and therefore so much more linkable.
Right, and somebody will link to this. I guarantee it, because it has the real stats, the real numbers on there. You can do this in any industry. We've shown two in RVs, but every industry you're in, there are stats, there are numbers that you can create to put in there. And we want to show you a couple more examples to kind of get your mind turning, get your wheels minding.
Get the rubber burning.
Get the cranium spinning.
All right, so a few examples here. How fast do hot air balloons travel? I could see writing that article and just doing some quick research online and finding out what other people have to say.
But then you're just kind of summarizing what's already there.
Right.
So like in Google's eyes, it's like, what value does this have? You're just restating what's already on the web.
So what if instead you send an article to 10 or 20 different hot air balloon pilots that you find online around the country or around the world? Just send them an email, say, hey, I'm writing a piece about hot air balloons. I'd like to know, what's the fastest a hot air balloon realistically can go, and what's kind of normal speed for a hot air balloon to fly?
They're going to give you so much more information than you would get otherwise.
And that's going to give you unique content that's nowhere
And the way
else
you
online.
get responses is the same reason a person picks up a phone for a journalist, because they want the publicity.
Right.
And so if you call especially local shops on whatever your niche is about, and just say, hey, I'd love to reference you as kind of the expert on this, and just ask a question, then you just link to them in your post, no big deal, and you can get all kinds of information. So let's say I were starting a recipe blog. I would have two recipes, toast and cereal.
Mac and cheese, I think you got that.
I could probably do that. Actually, I do better than my wife. All right. But if I were doing something like, how long do I have to, or how long does it take to make a wedding cake? Like if I'm ordering a wedding cake, how many days lead time do I need to give them, right? So if I'm writing this on my website, I don't know the answer. I can Google it and just kind of summarize what's already there. Or again, I just pick up the phone and call some people in different states, different countries. Or I send an email BCCing a bunch of different cake makers and just say, hey, I'm looking into wedding cakes. I'll link to you, etc. And just get the information. And you say, for this type of cake, it may take 4 days. Now you could have a bulleted list of a bunch of different people and kind of how long it takes them and some considerations of how long ahead you should be ordering and all that kind of thing. Suddenly, this is a very different type of blog post than just spewing out what's already on the web.
You could have one that's just, do I need a building permit to install an outdoor gazebo, right? And so again, just go get that information from experts in the field, right? These are people who are never going to write a blog post.
Yeah.
They're builders that build gazebos. So just go send an email to somebody in every state, or if you're in Europe, just an email to somebody in every country in the EU. And just get that content back. You're going to get something so much more helpful.
You're doing something mechanical. You could just send an email or call a bunch of machine shops and ask the same question. Like, it's in a way you can see this is like, oh no, this is so hard now. This is going to take me forever. Don't think of it that way. Think of like, oh, I could write this blog post in half the time if I just got information from these other people.
Rather than having to research it.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're writing a list of posts on like laws for canoes in each of the different 50 states on outdoortroop.com. And it's like, man, I'm either going to research Mississippi canoe laws, like do you need a life jacket, does it have to be registered, etc., right? I'm either going to go like read the statutes, or I just email, Cabela's, whatever, or I call Cabela's, whatever. If I could create one email though, with a standard set of questions and BCC somebody in each of the 50 different states, a little shop. Now when I get, and maybe you send it to 4 people in a state, it's like it's going to take no time to compile that. Then if just one of them replies back, now we have so much data that writing these posts is going to be a cinch, and it's much, much more authoritative now.
Anytime you can do original research, you add significantly to the authority of the content on your website, and you create a resource that other people will link to. You're going to get those backlinks in an organic way because you're creating content that they just have to link to if they even want to be able to use it.
Exactly. One last example. Let's say you got a DUI, Probably something not likely to happen in my life since I don't drink. But you want to write a blog post on how much will it cost to get a lawyer for a Dewey, and you could just make it up, or you write this one email, send it out to a bunch of lawyers. The few that respond back get a link in your article, and now you have the ultimate authoritative source on this information. So there you have it. Stats get links. So we're changing up really how our business is working right now.
Yeah.
This next semester, this next chunk of content we're doing on all of our websites with our Creator Studio, we've given them much more time to write each blog post. Yeah. Not necessarily that it will to do the research. Before we were thinking about volume. How many articles can we produce? And now we're thinking like, where's the limit in helpfulness? Like, how could we absolutely max out the helpfulness of every single post we write? The return is going to be there.
Substantially.
So thanks everybody for watching this video. When you're ready to get started on your blog, be sure to check out the Project 24 webinar. That's where we kind of lay out the whole strategy on getting going, showing you how many posts you'll need to be writing, how much time it should take, how to do the search analysis, etc. So check that out.